Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make a cute fabric hair clip. Mine just has an alligator clip on the back of it. And yeah, so let's get started. You're going to need a hot glue gun, possibly some extra glue sticks, the alligator clips of course, unless you want to use something else like a hairband. You can get these at Walmart for about $2 in the fabric section, I learned. Good thing to know. And then I'm using brads for the middle of my flowers, and you can pick those up at any craft store, scrapbooking store. Walmart maybe has them, I haven't checked. And you're also going to need some felt. I got these for 20 cents in the craft section at Walmart. What a deal. Scissors, pencil, a cup if you want to measure your circles. That just gets them more accurate. And then of course some extra fabric. I'm actually going to show you how to make a bigger one. It looks like this. Mine just doesn't have a brad in the middle yet. So let me show you. It'll just be like that. So just a little bit bigger compared to this other one. I'm making, this one's for a little girl and this one's for someone older, so it'll be perfect. So you just get your fabric that you have, fold it so it has 6 layers underneath, because you're going to need 6 pieces for the bottom layer of this flower. And so I just use my cup and I put it down on the fabric, and then I use my pencil and I trace around it just like this, all the way around, just so I can get a good circle so I have something to look at when I cut. And then you just cut away, cut around it, so you have 6 circles. After you have the big circles cut out, I actually cut out 8, I don't really know how that happened, but it did. Next, have it folded still so you can cut out 6. And I'm going to use the bottom of the cup now. You could do smaller, I might even cut them smaller later, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So do the same thing, just circle around the cup and then cut it out. Okay, once you have all your circles cut out, your big ones and your little ones, we are going to actually start making the petals to this flower. So you take one of your big circles, that's what we're going to start with. You take that circle and I'm going to fold it in half like a taco. So just fold one side up like a taco, of course. And then I just crease it a little, and then I'm going to take one of my taco corners and I'm going to fold it up just to the top of it. So it makes a nice triangle, like a piece of pie. Yep, we're talking food. Now, I'm going to make a crease in it just so I have an idea of where it's going. And I'm going to get the hot glue, and we're going to just place a dab right at the corner, just right at the edge. Place a dab so that when I fold this back down and press it down, don't burn yourself, but it will stick just like that. See that? So now it's kind of floppy, but it stays. So you have a little piece of pie. So next, now that I have this piece, here's my piece that I just folded, I'm going to fold this side that's still free, I'm going to fold it under. And just like that. So we just have one piece of pie. And if I flip it over, it's just like the other side was. And it's free flying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my hot glue gun again. And I'm going to dab a little bit. You can pull your hot glue gun up a little bit so it stays down more. Push it in, and voila. We have a giant petal, which is just the beginning of our flower. So now you're going to do that to every single one, even the small ones. Do it to all of your petals, and then we'll come back and work on it. After you have all your petals glued together, next is when we're going to actually put them into the flower form. So what you're going to need is your felt now. So just any color felt that you want to use is perfectly fine. It's all, the aesthetic is all what you want. So I'm just going to cut a circle. I'm not going to cut it too big like what I cut for the fabric. But I'm just going to cut it small so that I can glue my fabrics to the felt. So, and even if it's not a perfect circle, like this is not a perfect circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim it up. Make it look neat, just so when someone sees it, it looks good. Just like that. Perfect. So now I'm just going to lay it on the table, whatever side you want it to be. You want the wrong side up, doesn't matter if with felt. And then I'm just going to lay out my big petals. I'm just going to put their points, I'm going to put them in the center of the felt. And I'm just going to hold them down. This will just give me an idea of what I want it, how it's going to look, and make sure that I actually like it. If I need to fix something, or in the beginning you learned that you might need more petals or less petals. So it looks good to me. So next I'm just going to hot glue them down. So I'm going to take them out one by one, place some hot glue right there, and then push it down. So let me do that right now. Once you have all those big petals glued on, this is what it should look like. It looks like a flower already. If you want to, you can actually just stop there and just put whatever you want in the center, and there you have a nice looking flower. And then you would just put the alligator clip on the back, and I'll show you how to do that later. But what I'm going to show you how to do is then put these little ones on as well. So you have 2 layers of fabric on your flower. So next we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to line up. I just like to do this just to make sure I have room. It's going to look good. All I do is just line up all my petals, and then I'm going to glue them down. Mine's a little poofy right now. Once we get them glued, it won't look like that. So now just do that. Your centers meet up with the center of the flower, and then we'll come back. After you have all your petals glued on, just check and make sure there aren't any extra strings you don't want on there, or the petals, if they're too long, cut them so that they aren't as long. Just say, I don't want this right here. I don't want that little bump, so I'm just going to trim it and just throw that off. Don't go trimming crazy, or you might trim your whole flower away. But to make it look nice, just trim it up a little and it'll look great, I'm sure. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to put the alligator clip on. So you just need one alligator clip, and you need a rectangle piece of felt. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the alligator piece, and I'm going to put the felt right on the bottom of that. So let me show you what I'm going to do. All you have to do, get your alligator piece, and I'm just going to slide the felt right on there. So it's all the way to the back of it, and then I'm just going to clamp it closed. And make sure it's centered on the back. And then I'll just trim it up here at the top so that we don't have any felt being seen. I'll make sure that I'm still covering the bottom part of the alligator piece, but I'll just trim it just like that. And then you want to make sure you know what the top is. So my bottom, I'm going to flip it over, and on the bottom side of the alligator piece, I'm going to put a hot glue gun all around it. So let me do that. Just do all around so you can glue it onto the flower so it'll stay on nice, won't fall off. And then I'm going to take my flower, turn it over, turn the alligator clip over, place it right in the middle, right where I want it. Make sure the clip won't be seen on the other side. Push it down, make sure it stays in place, and then make sure you clipped it right. That you can still push this side down and it'll open up like an alligator mouth. And that is how you put that on. So now let's just finish it up. We'll get our brad, and what I did is it normally has the 2 sides on it, and I just broke those off with my fingers. and so that they wouldn't be in the way. And then you just get the brad and you put hot glue gun right in the middle of it, all over. And you stick it right in the middle where you want it. And then you have a beautiful flower for a Christmas present. You're all done.